One. Good afternoon, everybody. I've got a dream day today. Right, I see this guy from afar when we're seeing him everywhere, over counters and in the building. I've never had the pleasure, ever, of working with Jamie Rodgers. And today, and not only do I work with him, but I get to see how he does his stuff. He is seriously good at what he does. I love what you produce. And this is like pure pleasure. It's not going to be work for me, Jamie. This is going to be pleasure to see what you do.
Oh, good. Well, that's lovely. It's a joy to be with you.
Oh,
looking forward
thank
to it.
you.
Genuinely looking forward to
It really is nice because as we work, we sort of pass.
We do. We do. That's our world, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Corridors and passing.
And I like some of the stuff you do just goes, boom, I want to do that, I want to do that. And I'm sure this is where we get our inspiration. And as we started before, I was still with them, went, oh, we could do that with a glue, we could do that. Yeah. And we ended up like, should we try it? We're like, no, we've only got an hour. I said, is there anyone after? Oh, yeah, there's one after us.
But we'll have to try.
Yeah. So we've got Jamie Rodgers today with his wonderful selection and collections and all his products. But you need to know how to watch us. So you can watch us on the big telly with your feet up with your drink of choice. Jink. Maybe it might be one of them, eh? Maybe that was a Freudian slip. And you can sit there and watch us on YouTube, massive tellies if you want. You can watch us on Insta, the Facebook and Highlight Crafts. However, if you want to buy, there is a certain little way of doing it. Now, I think I've sussed this out, even though I know I've still got my stabilisers on working, but I think I've got it right. So what you could do is you can shop on Facebook, Insta and the Highlight Crafts website, and I think there was one more, but I forgot that one.
Live Shopping VIP.
That's it, Live Shopping VIP. And what it is that is sort of like collectively allows everything to go in the right place, to the right person and to the right basket. So how you do it is, we're going to give you a code, and it's shop with a code. When that happens, you put that into your comment on whatever you're using, then that will trigger a message that allows everyone to understand that person wants that. Then you get that link, you click on that, it goes to the website and it allocates for you. Now, there might be a red button on one of them at the top. That will be allowing your basket to come up. So that's the new little bit that I'm learning about. So everywhere. But before you check out, join us, because what happens is you can get other things on the website and notifications of when Jamie's in and all that, so you won't miss out. And they won't stalk you. Honestly, they don't. And it's a really good way of staying in touch. So remember, check out and then do that. So code, it's shop and then us. So Jamie, what have you brought us today?
Well, today we've brought you the mechanical collection. So we launched this with you just a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
It was hugely popular, so we said we'd have to bring it back.
Oh, yeah.
So this is your last scheduled chance, really, for a full show of looking for it.
So this really is, that's it, is it?
It might come back eventually, but this is the last scheduled one.
Right, and so if you're saying, oh, I think I'll try this, today is the best bet. And don't forget, if you leave it in your basket and you go off and do your stuff, it might be pinched. Not literally, but someone might take it out of your basket. So the answer is check out as soon as you can, please. So we're going to set one, which is, are you ready for this? I've got it all written out. The Mega Bundle, 6 dies and 2 stencil sets, which is, Jamie?
So we're going to start off with our cogs die. So this is your first set that we're looking at.
Do you want me to hold that?
Now this is your board showing you that in here, and we'll talk about these in a sec, you've got your background die, then you've got your Swift die as such, which gives you all of the different die elements. So they're going to go through in one cut and cut out all of these different cogs for you. So it's ever so simple. It means you're never going to lose one of these little bits, because that's what I do all of the time. So if we put them together on one little plate for you, you've got all elements together. And then your background die, this part that we haven't yet mentioned, between the 6 dies we're going to go through, each one has a different size square. So you're building a complete nesting set by purchasing the collection. So at the moment, we're looking at the smallest, the one in the middle here. But as we go to the next set and the next set and the next set, you're eventually going to collect all 6 and have all of those options.
That's genius. I know. I'm not being rude, but it's a simple idea. But It's genius because
Took me a
you're
lot of
getting
years.
everything. Behave.
No, it did. No, genuinely, I've been designing a few years. I never thought of that before. But I'll be honest, we bought out a set of nesting square dies. We launched the circles this morning on the earlier show.
Right.
The squares will be coming on the next show. They're an older product, but we're bringing them back next fortnight when we come back. That'll come with us. But we'd already bought out 5 squares, and they're all interchangeable with our nesting dies.
Right.
We give you separate pierce lines and stitch lines, and then they interchange between the
You
5
really
different
thought
sets.
about this, haven't you?
I do. If we're going to do something, we're going to do it different. So
I'm
it's got
totally
to have a
with
point
you.
of difference.
Absolutely.
So with these, I wanted to bring you a cog set to go with the cog mechanical theme, but I didn't want to bring out another £25 die. So I was trying to think of a way that we could break that down and not hide the cost as such, but make the cost minimal by dividing it down between all of the others.
That's achievable.
Yes, and again, and I probably tell you too much, but whenever we're making dies, whenever we're ordering dies, they charge us by the footprint of the metal that we're working with. So if we order that plate at that point, it's literally pennies less than if we order it with that outside die. So when we bring you that outside die, it's literally passed down to you at a few extra pennies for you to then be able to build that nesting set of 6.
Your die cuts look really beautifully done as well.
Thank you. We do pay a little bit more than I suppose, in
not
honesty,
being rude, you can tell.
so that we get you the quality that we need you to have. They also deboss as they go through, so we're skipping ahead a set now, but the paintbrush, for instance, all of the bristles will deboss all of the markings on the tape measure, etc. And that's what we want. We want you to have that sign of quality.
Not only do you get this wonderful collection, which we'll go into in a bit more depth, you get in really quality good dies. I mean, it's so inspiring for me to see this because I'm not the greatest die cutter, but I know I can achieve this. And I know that 3 things make me want to buy something because it's got 3 uses. I can see that as a big stamp. I can see that as like a centrepiece for adding your other stuff. I could draw and doodle in that. So everybody has got their own stuff to bring to it.
Yeah,
so,
and you might not choose to put the 2 dies together, but I'd just like you to see that you can, and then you could do these in different colours, put them back into them as you mentioned.
Pieces.
You could doodle in them if you want, you could stamp on them, whatever you wish to do. But that's your cog set.
Right, cogs.
So shall we move on to the next
I'm not going to ask any more questions. I'm just going I'll take all that back.
That's what it's all about. So this is our cog corner die. So in this set we have 6 dies for you. And if I flip this over, so that means we've got the next level up in our nesting die, so level 2. We then have for you 4 filigree panels. Now the filigree panels can be cut on their own and they will stay in your cardstock. In the middle of them, and I'll show you this when we get to play with them, is what we call the X die.
Factor.
And that is a completely separate die that you can then use on its own to cut backing plates. So if you use the X die on its own, you're going to end up with the solid panels. If you add in the filigree panel, then they're going to cut out for you. So that means you can bring this and this together and end up with this style of effect.
So your configurations are whatever you choose, because you've got, as I say, you've got the ingredients, they make the recipe.
Exactly that. I would prefer to give you dies without attached edges, so you pick where you put them.
Perfect.
So again, you might just use these, put them in, make up a border, a pattern. If we go into some of these ones have been left in, I believe. Yeah, left in, so you can see you can put 3 together and cut it in a border. You can put them together and use them as corners around your project. This one again, this is 4 different cuts coming down in a line. This one's bringing in the corners and putting them as points.
So this is from the next things we're going to see,
exactly.
where you get different sizes.
Yeah, and then this one, this is bringing in one of our cog nesting dies as such. I think this one's from the ratings that we'll get to in a moment, but we've added in the stitch lines which come with the decollage set. So again, this is what I mean about interchangeability, and we've added in the 4 corners to actually make that sort of diamond panel.
I can see stitching, gold, my stitching in that. That's something for everybody. So this is number 2. We don't get any more in this, do we?
We do. There's another 4, so I better speed up, haven't I? Sorry.
Yeah, come on.
So then we've got our DIY essentials. So this is going to give you all of your different screw heads, tape measures, paintbrushes, saws, spanners, everything you need, and it's going to give you the 3rd size up in your panel.
It's real. No,
it's real.
It's not real.
Look at this though, where Ian's brought that in and he's just dipped the paintbrushes into the metallic inks we've bought you, and then splodged a bit of the metallic ink down to make it look like painting. Wendy's done this one where she's used the corners and then brought the tools in, made a little toolbox. So yeah, the ideas really do just flow. I love these where we've used the screw heads in the middles of the flowers to try and bring the flowers into a more mechanical theme.
And you could even have used them at the corners, you know, and make them a feature of like boards.
And the
Brilliant.
tools themselves, I haven't really done this yet, but I feel I could spell words out of them like mum, dad, bits like that. They're the right
Genius.
kind of proportion that you could use them as letters if you want to.
Oh my goodness me. Right.
On
I
to
want
set
them all.
4.
Now, this is amazing.
So
Thank
this
you.
is your cog background. So again, this means that we get the next size up in our nested set of dies, but the actual nested part again isn't attached to the die set. So the main filigree panel of your cogs will stay in your cardstock. So here we've just guillotined it out with about a 1/2 inch frame around it, but it could literally stay in the front of your card if that's where you want it to
Wow,
be.
that makes it so easy
Yeah.
for you.
If you want to trim it out, then you can add it into the cog outside and it will come out on its own. But it just gives you more options of where you want it to be. The cogs from the very first set
Yes.
also match up. So here you can see that I believe Wendy has brought in these cogs and placed them over the tops of the cogs in the background because they're sized to match.
It's like 2D to 3D to 4D almost. Look.
That's the glitters that we'll get to shortly as well. And then here's one done by Ian, where Ian's chose to cut parts out of that background and just place them in. Lots of other elements, but that's where the background's coming in.
So I'm just feeling, because of all the textures and the
Gorgeous,
different
isn't it?
surfaces you've gone onto with die cuts and stamps and whatever you've done fits that. That's amazing. So that's that one.
And then we move on to, so from this point, these are like all the foundation parts that we needed for
Absolutely.
this collection. I then wanted to take you off into some different themes. So we've got our racing essentials. So in this set, there's 8 dies, one of them being the next size in our nesting set of dies.
Yeah.
And then from there, you've got your hot rod, your sort of Formula One style car, your motorbike, your petrol pump, your flags, your champagne bottle, and your trophy. Of course, these all deboss as well. So when you come to colouring them or paper piecing on them, it's nice and easy for you to do.
Right, so you can see we've got some great cards here. Oh, a hot rod. Who doesn't love one of them?
So hot rods,
as well.
motorbikes, race cars, they all come in to be built up and layered and created with. And it's just one of those sets that hopefully takes you through everybody in your family, everybody in your world that you need to be making.
And any time.
Yeah.
Any occasion. So I'm just going to give you the code. This is code SET. So shop set, you can add an S, and I can't believe the price of this because of all of what you've got. It's $94.99. That's amazing.
Not too shabby, is it? There's a lot in here for that.
Are you sure it's right?
Yes. Yes.
Are
I
you
hope
sure
so.
that's right?
I'm no mathematician, but I
No,
hope so.
but I just check it because when you look at it, you don't see all that intricate work that you're going to get. It's only when you turn it over and you go, wow.
Wow, there is a lot, isn't there?
There is.
Then we have your steampunk essentials. So again, we're breaking off into a slightly different theme and giving you the last size in your nesting set of dies. But then you've got your fob watch with the frame, and then they're separate clocks. You can layer them. You've got the pipework corner. You've got the little hat. You've got the little airship. Then over here, you've got the chain to go onto the fob watch, or the chain to go onto the key if you prefer.
Oh, look at some of these samples. I mean, I wish I had all day to show. Because sometimes, oh, wow.
And then this actually is one of our previous collections we did. This is our kaleidoscope background, and this is where our cog journey started. And it was people reaching out and saying how much they loved the cog panel. That meant we wanted to bring that into our larger panels, into our separate cogs, and then bring out the pieces to layer with it.
I just love it. I just love it. Look at this on the MDF.
This is stunning. This
And
one's done by
using
Lee.
Jamie's products that we're going to see in a minute. Oh, 10% of the stock's
Wow.
going.
was
Right. I am honestly, shop, set or sets, $94.99. And I can't say it's a steal because that's not very nice, but it is a steal.
We
It's
like a
steal.
bargain.
It is. Oh, it's elegant. It's classy. It's for everybody. I don't think I've ever seen such a sort of a more for everyone, every time and every place. It's
That's what
absolutely
we want.
amazing.
We want to do you a collection that's covering everything.
But that's not where it finishes. We've got
Nope.
something else with them, haven't we?
So 2 more stencil items. So this is our first one. This is our 8 by 8
wow.
stencil. We'd always prefer to do stencils big. You can then choose to use them in smaller areas and bring you small stencils that you've then got to try and patch together because that's a nightmare. Life's too short. This is the same design as you're seeing in this die set. We've literally just blown it up a little bit, about 1 inch. So it's a slightly bigger one. So again, if you want to use that as the background and then build up, you've got those different sizes to work with. When we talk about stencils, obviously we can use them with our inks, we can use them with our texture paste, we can use them with our glitters. We can also send them through our machines with our rubber mats and then emboss them. I'm going to skip through to this panel, which is our gold mirror card, which has been embossed. And not only do you get the emboss, you also get the deboss as well from that.
And you could actually add some sand into that to distress it.
Lovely.
And then what you could do is add one of your inks to it to give an even different finish, couldn't you?
Lovely idea.
Look at that.
So yeah, so that's that stencil. And then the last item in this bundle is your mini masks. This is the first time we've done mini masks. And in here you've got 16 cogs. So these are the same cogs that are found in the background, same cogs as in the first die, but individual ones, which means you can bring them out, you can put them together where you want to, you can letterpress with them, you can emboss them, or you can mist over them, you can ink over the top of your embossing. It's just one of those that once you've got these, it's down to how many different combinations you can come up with of where you're going to place them and what you're going to create with them.
Sorry, I've gone quiet. I'm just mesmerised.
It's just fun, isn't it?
It's just elegance as well. It's fun. It's like that touch of class on the cogs. I just absolutely love it. So we have got that, the stencil, everything, all the dies. I mean, we'll count them up at the end. But that's shop set with an S if you want, and that's $94.99, and it really is. That is a bargain, and I should say that. We have got another bundle, and the next bundle is right. I love mechanical. I love it. I love the idea of mixing shapes, sizes, genres, and this is an amazing bundle. So in bundle 2, we get the mechanical collection bundle of 6 dies. So what does that consist of then?
So that was all of the dies that we looked at in the beginning.
Without
without the stencils basically. So that's going to give you your small cogs, it's going to give you your corners, it's going to give you the tool set, the racing car set that's down here. It's going to give you the steampunk set, and it will give you that lovely cog background as well. So all of the dies that you see laid out.
So that's shop bundle $89.99, but for £5 more. Is that
That's
it?
all it is, isn't it?
You can get the big bundle, which has these two as well, which is, this would be on my desk all the time, and I'd be using it, I'd be stamping through it, I'd be embossing, I'd be dropping inks through it, I would be cutting elements through. Right, so for £5 more, it's shop set, and it's $94.99, and you get the stencils with it. Shop bundle, you get the mechanical part, which is this without the stencils. That's like $2.50 each. Well, behave yourself. Just look at all this. Jamie's got a great way of presenting his work. And it's just, look.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Have a little look inside.
No, you do it.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, please, no.
Lynn's
I don't want to
created
break
this.
it.
So Lynn's made a little box. She's used the cogs around the edges. I have a feeling you're going to love this. On the inside, she's made her own little steampunk hat.
Oh, you could make
the
the goggles.
I also, talking of goggles, the little fob watch that you get in here,
Yeah.
if you cut the top of that off and put two together, they look like steampunk glasses.
No way.
So yeah, if that's that style that you like as well. But yeah,
Oh,
this
look at
Lynn,
that.
incredible.
And that's all using all of this here.
Yeah.
Absolutely
it's
brilliant.
different. So that's the fob watch cord or chain as such that comes within the steampunk set. Then you've got the little cogs being used around the side and the little cogs being used around the box.
So again, just to remind you, you get everything in the collection. Dies, the second collection, so it's shop bundle, and that's $89.99. But for a few pounds more, if you shop sets, you get the stencils as well. And we're going to have a quick little look now at one more thing, and which is packs. So in this, we're going to get of 2 stencils. You can have this on its own, right? So that means, as Jamie's just said, without the other pack. So you get these. That's a steal as well. The size of this, is it 8x8? You said?
Yep.
8x8
is the outside size.
And then building with this.
7 by 7-ish.
But you've got, to me, you've got a built-in frame there.
Yeah, that's what we need.
It's a masking frame.
Yeah.
And then this could be built up in other things. So you could do it. I would be doing my doodle pen, my embossing tool around that. I would emboss with them, but I would do it and deboss and emboss, and wonderful. So that is shop pack, and that is $9.99. But shop set, you get everything for I don't even know what price, because
$94.99.
it is $94.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's $99, but it's $94.99. That's it, $94.99, and it's this bundle that's $89.99. But no, Anyway, Jamie, can we...
Of course we can. Should we go play?
You knew what I was going to say.
Should we
didn't
play,
I?
shall we?
Oh, please.
Let's play.
Please. And just to explain that right before I drop everything, that is the whole bundle, right? So you can see... Shop set. Got that. You'd met, you knew.
Yeah.
Shop set, everything, $94.99. And I can see so many things. I can see typewriter keys. And in the screw heads, I can just see everything building. Jamie's really thought this out. The fact that each one of these die sets builds on a nesting set, and that is extra. So, you know, normally you'd have to buy that extra. He's not done that. He's thought about how they fit together. He's really, really thought about this. So I was impressed with this stuff, but I'm even more impressed with the way it's been designed. Absolutely adore it.
Thank you.
Shop set, $94.99. I'm just keep checking my brain. Right.
Okay, so we're going to do this card and we're going to be playing with our metallic ink. So very easy to do, very achievable, nothing complicated here. But I'm going to start off by just showing you a little bit about the metallic inks. These I love. So these are our first 5 colours and they are juicy, beautiful metallic inks. You can even colour these with alcohol markers. You might not expect that with a metallic ink, but you can. You can also heat emboss them if you want to. They're pigmented, so they'll stay wet for a little while.
Oh,
but that means that you can use them to blend with
but look,
as
you
well
can
if you
blend
want
and
to.
smudge. Look, you can actually get a beautiful... Right, stop. I'm not supposed to be anywhere near your demo, but...
You're fine, no play. It's a joint sort of experiment, really, isn't it?
Thank
Whatever
you.
we're doing, don't worry
But
about
I just
that.
love the fact that... Look at that on black. Shop, ink. Right, I see, I'm forgetting my job here. Forgetting my job.
Fine. We get excited
You know
when we
why?
play.
Look here, I'll have to go back to home. Look, my system's going out the window. Shop, ink. I've got it here.
She's got it.
Oh no,
It's
that's
there
the wrong
somewhere.
one. Right.
So there are 5 different colours. So I've just yo-yoed through and just put them out onto some paper here for you. But they're pigmented, so you can emboss them if you wish to. They're acid-free, so you can use them in your scrapbooking. They're pigmented. I said that, didn't I? So you can emboss them. See, I've gone off the boil as well.
It's
now.
me.
It's captured.
Shop, ink. Right,
It's
I've got it
all
written
falling
down.
apart.
Look, I had it all set up and I just watched you put them down and they all went.
They also work well with water as well. So if you want to take them out and paint with them, you can do that. You can also put them onto a tile or a mat and then put them down and mist them and then pick up from them.
So,
endless techniques we can do with
all
these.
5, shop, ink, and it's $31.49. You can buy them on their own, and you get the purple, the blue, the brush, the silver lining and the suede. So the real names are Royal Purple, Sea Breeze, Blue, Brush Gold, Silver Lining and Black Suede. So that you can get them on your own, but it is shop, ink at $31.49. Now, I'm watching what you do with this, and you're not being really careful.
No, quite the opposite.
Because you're actually smooching them all together there, aren't you?
I am, and you don't have to follow me if you're doing this at home.
No, I love
and you
it.
want to be protective of your inks, then, you know, be protective. And if you want to hold your stencil down before we start this game so that it's a stenciled version as well, great idea. But for speed, I'm going to be a bit more messy because of life's short. We're then going to blend over the top of this little combo. And what we're aiming to do is get some shading going through the different colours. So again, clean your brushes, don't do what I'm doing. But for speed, we're just going to blend over and get a good mix. And we're trying to print from the stencil. We're going to do some letter pressing. So the bit that we're doing underneath is kind of irrelevant. I don't need that. That's not important to this. If you want to use it, because we don't want to waste nothing, we don't want to waste these lovely colours, then of course you could do this onto your mat. And if we'd done it onto here, we could then mist the ink and we could then pick up from that as well, or we could paint with the ink so nothing's wasted. Or of course we could anchor that stencil down so we get an even more professional look from it. But I'm quite happy with that. I don't mind a bit of a mixed media look to it.
I love that.
So we'll leave that to one side and we're going to take the stencil and we're going to let it.
So in essence, this is what you wanted.
Yep, all I want is the covering of the ink on that stencil so we can take that and letterpress with it. So let's find our plates, and around here somewhere I've got a mat. Honestly, I make
This
such
is a really
mess.
great way of incorporating stencils with your Pro Cut, but also a different way of using it and embossing it.
So we're going to put down the white card over the top. We're going to add on my very glittery mat, and then we're going to send it through the machine. So as Lou mentioned, what we're doing now is we're using that mat to push down onto the piece of card. So it's going to push into all of the apertures on the stencil and create that embossed effect for us. At the same time, the ink that we've put over the stencil will letterpress off of the stencil and onto the card.
Wow.
So we'll end up with the perfect background.
That's a really good idea. I've not seen that one like that. I've seen alternatives, but oh.
So for this one, I've gone slightly brighter with my colours than the finished result, but that's the joy of being able to play with the colours. With this panel, we could mist this with water, then take more prints off of it.
Oh, yeah.
Another thing we can do, you might not want to do this with this one, but maybe the smaller cogs, because although I'm referring to them as smaller cogs, they've got a little bit more land to some of these. There's a bit more real estate to them. So you could stamp over the top. So I like teaming script stamps with mechanical fields, that sort of vintage look.
Yeah.
So if you've got a script stamp, you could stamp over the top. So do everything we did, but before you send it through the machine, stamp over the top of it, and then let that letterpress stamp script also go into your background here, because that will transfer off of your stencil and onto your card
That'd be
as
really
well.
interesting, wouldn't it,
Yeah.
to see that the two-tone. It'd be like looking at it going, what's that? How's it
Just
been
remember when we letterpress with a stencil that your wording will be reversed.
Absolutely.
So if it's a legible script, we do one which is Latin and it's sort of gobbledygook Latin. So you don't really know what you're looking at, which is intentional, so we could use it all through the year. So if it's back to front, we don't know.
No,
but if you've got one that says happy birthday, it might look a bit odd.
Yeah,
Do you know
that
what I
might be
mean?
different. So the whole bundle is shop. This is the one that gets me. The price of this, $94.99. So it's shop sets with an S. That's $94.99. You can shop bundle where you don't get the stencils, which is right. So shop bundle, and that is $89.99. And you can buy the cogs on their own, and that is $9.99. But I wouldn't even go for that. I wouldn't, because I'd buy the whole one, which is the big one. Shop sets, £94 and 99 pence. And Jamie's now going to be using one of the larger outlines
so I thought I
now.
would share this with you. So this
Please
is literally
do.
the largest from the
Right.
steampunk set, and I've just come in and I've cut that out of some gold mirror card. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if you've got any of our squares, they will all fit within these. So whether you want to add a pierced edge or a stipple edge or a flat line, so you've got it as a stencil, you can do that instead. One thing I will also highlight with these, and I didn't actually even think of this one's done by a lovely Lynn on the design team. If you cut two of these together, so you go for, let's say, that size and that size, when they go through, what you'll actually have is the same cog edge on the inside as the outside. And then our cog dies, when we go back to these little cog dies that we shared with you earlier.
Normally it'd be on one side only.
Yeah, but that's what I kind of expected, and I didn't think the waste bit, if you like, the bit you're left with, not the bit that's come out as your tangible panel, wouldn't have that effect. I don't know why, I just hadn't planned that far ahead or thought that far ahead. But I really like that, and you can see Lynn's added in the stitch lines from our decal edge stitch set into that set, just so you can see what we mean. And then the cogs, they fit within the teeth. So if you want to fit cogs into there, you can do. And I don't like this card, I did this, so I'm allowed to say that, but I don't like it. But it's more to show you that when you've got that line, the cogs will fit within them. So you can build up borders and patterns to infill them gaps.
Right.
Okay, so we'll bring in our background and we'll place this down onto our card, and we'll go for a tent style. We'll place that down. So this one is more using the brushed gold, the silver lining and the black suede. So I didn't use the blues and the purples, so that we ended up with more of a subtle card for this one. We're going to bring in one of our rectangular dies, which I've already gone ahead and cut, and we're going to place that down just over here. And I brought this in because I still wanted to see quite a bit of that. I didn't want to hide it all, but I equally needed somewhere to build up on top of. We're then going to bring in our key, and we're just going to take the foam off of the reverse of this. Now our key has come to us from the steampunk set, and I've cut this out of gold mirror card because I wanted it to coordinate with the gold in the panel and the gold in the background. So hopefully we're building that story. We're then going to bring in a pair of scissors, and we're going to cut into the loop on the top of the key so that we can then bring in our chain and we can feed that into the loop. This is always much more fiddlier than it actually needs to be. There we go.
Great.
So that can then fit in, and we'll add a little bit of glue onto the reverse of this, go in for that cog area to hold that down and anchor that. Oh, come back, come back. Just when it was going so well. Oh, where have I lost it? Oh, there we go. We're back in place. I'm going to add that down. Me catching it with my fingers. And then we'll add on our little sentiment to finish this one off.
Do you know what? I'm looking at this now and I'm thinking, you're using a massive pot of glue.
I am, yeah. So we're
Right.
using the 125ml bottle.
I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, I love the shape of it. No, that's not daft. I love the shape of it because it's easy to use. So there's a big one and two little ones. So I'm looking at this. That is shop glue, right? And you get, is it two for that
You
price?
get two for $12.99.
That's amazing. And the features of this, Jamie was telling me before, the features of this are that it's got a three-piece nozzle. And he said to me before, he's never had one bung up.
I've genuinely
never had one bung up.
bung up. So our nozzle comes to you in three pieces. So you have this part, which is actually your proper nozzle, and this will come sealed. So when the bottles are new, they're sealed at the top. You choose where you cut it down. So if you're somebody who likes to apply a lot of glue, you can do that. If you're somebody who's quite frugal and you only want to use small amounts, then of course you just cut it at a smaller point. That bit fits into the lock-in mechanism, and that can then get screwed onto your bottle. The bottles themselves are made from, and I always get the letters wrong for this, but I think it's LDPE plastic.
Right, got you.
Which is something along the lines of low density something,
Yeah,
something.
it's less toxic, less all the baddie stuff.
Which is great, and we do like the planet, but it means it's easy squeeze, which is the bit that was really important.
No,
I
it
don't
is.
want to bring you a bottle that's hard for anybody to squeeze. So easy squeeze, and then on top of that, you've got your protective cover, which is also like an airtight seal, so that it never blocks and it never creates a problem for you.
So this is 125ml, so it's going to go a long way. But in this set, shop glue, and you're going to get two 125 blues. Even the bottle, don't throw the bottle away. You know why? Because that bottle can be used. We can use add glitter to it, make glitter glue. We can add some of the mediums and make glitter gloss, like 3D lines and stuff like that, because the nozzle is so usable. This is so bed squidger. When you've got duff hands like me, it really is important. However, if you're like me and think, no, I want a big one, instead of buying the tube, you can go for the litre. So shop litre. Now, when I was looking at this, I was thinking, if you're in a club or all these things like me, you would easily want to go through glue. At this, you would have to, it'd take a long time to go through that.
It would.
And this is a litre. These are two at 125. This is a litre. This is shop litre, $27.99. And if you think about how much you're going to get, it is an amazing value. And again, attention to detail. This comes up as flaps, but you've got these where you can cut them, I should imagine, to whatever you need.
If you want to, I go for quite big because I just use it to fill into the bottles. And it's the equivalent to 8 of these.
Well, add that up, 2 for 12. You know, you're thinking 8. So I'm not going to do maths because I can't.
I can help you a little bit. I'm not very good either. Don't trust me because I'm terrible. But the recommended retail price per bottle is £7.49. And you're getting 8 of these in one of those. So I think by memory, and this is by memory, I think that's meant to be $59.99, about that. And the recommended retail is $29.99, but you've got it for $27.99.
Yeah, $27.99.
So even give you a saving on top of your half
a couple of pounds. So you're getting it better here than everywhere. So don't forget, shop glue, and that is $12.99 for 2 125ml bottles. Shop litre gets you a litre, and it is $27.99, £2 saving. Now, I'm just going to remind you while Jamie gets set, but it's shop bundle, $94.99 gets you the whole set.
No, set.
Oh, sorry, done it wrong. I tried to well. Right, shop. She's giving me the eye then, and I thought, so it's not right. Shop sets is the whole one, and you can add an S to that, and that's $94.99. So you included in that are all the wonderful 6 die sets, but you get the 2, the 8x8, and the small individual cogs included in that. However, you can go for the bundle, shop bundle, and that's $89.99, and that gets you the 6 sets of dies. Now that's great, perfect, but for a few pounds more, if you shop set, you get the bigger one. You can buy the cogs on their own if you wanted to, and these would be $9.99. Now am I right? I've got my little thing here. What's that called? Number 3. Is that ground? Yes. So mini and ground. We've got ground, which is this, and it'd be $5.99. Shop ground is $5.99, and the other one there, that one would be shop mini, and that's $4.99. So you can buy them separately if you wish. And then what we're going to do now is just remind you of what to do with them, and Jamie's going to show us again. And he is going, look at this, it's all ready. Look, that is the full set. So that is what we're getting for $94.99. But Jamie, another demo.
I love being with you. You make me smile.
Why? I get it all wrong,
No,
don't
you
I?
don't. I told you, it's great. You're
Don't
on
tell
it.
me why, because
No,
I'll change it.
No, I love it. No, you're just so good at what you're doing. It's great.
Thank you.
No, it's
But it's
lovely.
all over there. But
Infectious.
do you know
I love
what? The thing is, and I'm not going to, I'll keep it short. Crafter with crafter,
Yeah.
we ask the questions we need to know. Crafter, we leave the selly bit out.
We're just fun. This is just fun.
And we're just telling you details.
Yeah.
We want to get on with this.
we
don't
just want to play. So what I've done already is I've gone ahead with a stencil, and I've been naughty. I've bought in some clear texture paste and I've put it through. I'm going to be honest with you. We keep bringing this to you, and you all keep buying it. So we haven't got enough to physically bring it to you on a show at the moment. But when it comes back, we will bring it to another show. But I need it down as a medium to hold on to our lovely glitters, which we have, of course, bought you today.
Yeah, this is shop glitter, and that's $17.99 for all of them. And in that bundle, oh my goodness, you get onyx, rose, gold and silver, but the proper names are black onyx, heliodor gold, rose quartz and argentite. It's a different one. I'm normally Argentine silver. So you get these oh my word, that is gorgeous. So shop, do you get more? Are you sure that's right?
Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah.
So that's shop glitter, $17.99. I'll shut up. Just watch.
No, you're fine. No, don't be daft. You're fine. So all I'm doing is I'm being naughty here again. You don't have to do what I'm doing. We can tip off each colour individually. We can repot them. There's no reason why you can't. It's just for speed. I'm not going to, but I'll show you the mix we're going to make at the end. So all I've done is put the clear texture paste through, and then I'm just bringing in colour at a time and adding in a few lines of detail down the stencil. Now you could do this in a rainbow effect, you could work out from the middle if you want to. Completely up to you how you play with this sort of styling. Now these glitters, these are our gemstones glitters, and they are the same colours as the gemstones texture paste that we've brought to you previously. So what we've done is we've taken the same glitter that you get in the texture paste but brought it to you in individual loose particles as such. So you've got more freedom on how you can create with it. But I tell you that it matches, because if you've already got the texture paste, then this is your way, excuse me, this is your way to match up on your designs. Maybe you want to put this over double-sided tape, maybe you want to add some details with a quickie glue pen. It'll tie in with them texture paste.
I'm looking at that now, and I'm just seeing how the lines of it really is stuck to it, but there's clear defined lines. With some glitter, it travels a lot further, it messes up.
It does.
That doesn't.
No.
But I'm really interested in this mix. Whatever you do will always go with the products you've got, because it contains that colour.
Exactly. So today we've bought you self-adhesive sheets. So I'm just trying to mix
yes, please.
this.
Right.
So with your self-adhesive sheets, take this part. If you don't have to, you can easily put them back into the bottles. But take this part, put it out over a self-adhesive sheet, and then die cut your cogs out of it.
Now,
and you're going to get rusty-looking glittery cogs.
I'm looking at this and I can see, like, honestly, I can see almost like a blended ombre. And
yes.
I absolutely adore that, the fact that the gold goes into the rose gold. The black has got, look at that there, the black has got a warmth to it and then a coolness where it meets that. So you've got this, like, it mixes together like hot and cold, basically. I've not seen that with many.
And then it's down to you. You might just want to put the black and the gold together and make your own combo. You know, there's no reason why you can't. So we'll bring this in and we'll stick it together nice and quick.
I'm just going to get my cards in right order because I'm ignoring you.
No, you're
I'm
fine.
not. I'm not.
You're not
I'm
at
just
all.
like that. Get that one. That one's here. Right, this adhesive sheet that you're going to do, will you show me later what you do with it?
Yeah, we'll do that in a minute if you like. We'll finish this and then
Oh,
we'll
no,
play with
I
that.
don't want to rush on. Just like, right, do it all now. Do now.
So when we did this a second ago, I did it on the black card,
Right.
the texture paste. You see that come from black. But this time we're actually going to use the white one to match in with the card that we're creating. So again, think about the colours that you're using underneath your glitter to see how you're going to get them as effects. The frame that Lou's holding onto, this again is using 2 of our cog edges, and then in the middle I've added the pierced lines that come with the scallop squares. Now these squares I keep going on about, we'll bring those to you on our next show in 2 weeks. So if you're looking at these and you get hold of the cogs today, you'll be able to add in those pierced details when we bring you to the next shows.
I think that's a really good way, and please take this in the sense it's meant. I love the way that you're bringing stuff that you add on to. Right, yeah. You add to, the colours add to, the stamps, yep. The cogs, everything, the dyes, all add to. And it's not a huge range, it's not everything and everything. Mm. It's a really, really cohesive extension. And I love that because, and also save enough money for me to get the one next week.
Well, yeah,
do you know what I mean?
We do this a lot on our lives. We do a weekly live on a Monday and we tell everybody what's coming. We're
Absolutely.
Terrible. We don't keep any secrets. It's shocking how much we give away. But it's more because we like you to know what's coming, because if you might want to save for it, you might want to know that's coming. You might want to know that when you've bought a collection, there's going to be more to it. It's like this whole collection, the mechanical collection, this has been so popular. Later, and I'm talking late in the year, autumn time, we will highly likely do another release to go with this. So it won't compete with what we've done, but it will build on to what we've done. So that's already sort of being thought out.
I think that cohesive extension is really good because, and as I mentioned before, and it's quite honest, I'm a bit transparent like that, I can save for that now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we only have a certain amount of pennies, don't we?
Of course we do.
So if we know what's coming, if we know it's going to coordinate with something, I always refer to it that we're building a library. So it's like this morning we bought you the circles exclusively here at Highlight. They've just launched this morning to go with the squares. So if we tell you the squares are coming in a couple of weeks, you might want to interchange between the two. So it's about building them libraries.
I think that library ideas are wonderful, and I also think the way that you give us the ingredients. So we're going to have a quick reminder of what we've got here. I'm going to leave all my wonderful... Right, I'm going to leave my things down here. So I'm going to have a quick look at what we get. And then if you... Are you doing another demo? Yes!
Whenever you're ready. But no rush. Quick. If I get ready, you take your time.
Quick remind. So, shop, set, and you're going to get all of these. I'm not going to go into detail. We get the Racing Essentials, which is this one. And it's easy to see. It's like this, so you're not messing about. I love the way these are really nicely done. Right? So, shop, set, $94.99, and you can see. So that's one of them. We've got shop cogs. So we've got cogs in this. So it's shop set $94.99. We've got cog corners. So I'll just hold this one up. This is what you get. All these. Look at this. I can just see so many different ways with that. The next one we've got is the steampunk. So steampunk essentials, and again, as Jamie mentioned before, these squares all concentric squares, so they all fit within each other, and you can use them with all your other stuff you've got. So that's one. We get the tools, so it's DIY essentials like that. You can buy them separately, and then that. So this is shop set, and it's the whole set with the 2 stencils is $94.99. But if you just want the dies I've shown you, it's shop bundle, and that's $89.99. So. The
pack is the stencils.
Yeah, that's the pack, and that's the stencils. Hey, thank you, Lauren. Hey, it's just I'm like this thinking, what can I do with it? And it's like, whoa, I've got so much, and even my cards are working. So remember, you can have the whole set, or you can have just the stencils, or just the dies, or in whatever configuration. I'm going to go back to Jamie now because he's got this sheet. Now I have got, here we go.
If I moved on.
No, it don't matter. It's all good. I'm just doing that. This is what I do. I'm not, nobody ever thought I was going to be not.
No, you are.
Glue, glitter, right. Now, this is, let me get it right, Lauren.
What?
The glue sheet. I've got it here. I had it here. That's my glue.
Well, we haven't done that, have we? I said we'd do that.
Oh, no. You show me what you're doing.
Yeah?
No, please.
That's my fault. I've gone off on a tangent.
I found it now. I found it. Hey, and I'm thinking, what's it look like? Don't look like that.
No. Do you want to see them?
Please.
I've got them. So ignore the fact that my tab's moved. It should be at the bottom, but you get 5 sheets. They're A4 self-adhesive sheets, and
Right.
it's basically like double-sided tape being an A4 sheet.
No, but how thick is it? Because
Oh.
sometimes they're not malleable enough to use.
Have a feel.
Whoa!
So these ones are double-sided, and down the side
Whoa,
there's
that's
also,
really good.
there's like a, I don't know what to call it, but like you get with your finger lift tape, it's got that edge to it, so you're not struggling to peel it off.
Oh,
And then when you peel it off, that side's sticky. when you
easy,
peel this top
easy
one off.
lift.
Yeah, that's the words. Thank
Easy
you.
lift. Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, so exactly that. You can add this to your card, die cut it. You can sprinkle glitter over it. You can put a stencil on it, put glitter through it. Take the stencil away, put another colour of glitter on. It's loads you can do.
This is such a wonderful way to add to it, and it's
Yeah.
a really good price. This is shop itself, and it's $4.99, and that's just to give you a bit of a taster of some of these things. But now, what are you going to do?
So we're going to do this card because I totally forgot about the self-adhesive sheet bit, but we'll come back to it. I
Oh, it
promise.
doesn't matter. I'm just happy with you doing what you're doing, my
Bless
love.
you. So already on the plate, I've taken our 8x8 cog stencil, and we don't need this, but I thought it'd be fun to show you. So we're just going to put out a line of cogs there, just so you can see them, and then we're going to emboss those, just so you've got the idea of why we need those little cogs, because they're so much fun to play with.
You know, when I do that, though, I don't like wasting my paper.
Yeah, it's a good idea, actually. Yeah, 'cause
I,
it fills that
I,
bit.
I hate
Yeah.
wasting, and I always think if you could put it through in one
Yeah.
pass, keep that in a little box. It's like these are always going to be handy. Keep
Yeah.
them in a box, and then you've got them later.
That's a really good idea.
I don't like waste.
Oh, that's good.
You know, that's why I eat everything. So anyway, if you want just the dies on their own, it's shop bundle, and that's $89.99. But look, how can you
So
resist these?
There are our embossed bits. So we've got our little cogs towards the bottom here, and then we've got our big background, and both of those have also debossed as well. Got a little bit of wrinkling here from the mat, not the end of the world, especially the look that we're going
No.
for, but both of these could so easily just be highlighted with some ink. I'm not even on a smooth surface, I don't know why I'm trying to do that, but you could highlight them just with some ink and pick up on that embossing if you want to, or of course you can keep it plain like we're going to for this project.
When I was looking at this before, I saw it and I said to Jamie, why don't we, if you did it on mirror, what you could do is emboss it and sand it back,
I love that idea.
and then put one of like the black onyx ink through it, the
That'd be a
metallic,
really good
and
idea.
you'll get like a blend of it. So you can make it as old or as, just make it for your own. Look how easy it is with this glue.
So
That is. Do you know what? If people aren't crafters, they're going to think, what's she going on about a glue with a point for?
come on.
Oh, get on. Easy, mate. My duff hands are really good with it.
Yeah, your duff hands.
Yeah, duff. Oh, yeah.
Like.
Well, I love this. This is shop glue, and you get two 125 mils, and that is $12.99. That's a really good price for
We're
it.
not going to do too much of this, but this is one of our cog edges that we've used. I think this is about the third setup, so probably the tools maybe, but it's just one of them. And then I've used a plain square on the inside. We're going to take off the foam tape off of the reverse, and we're just going to work in a small area. I've already gone ahead and I've cut loads and loads of cogs out already. And all we're going to do is bring these cogs in and place them going around the inside of that frame. And because of the way they're designed, we can interlock where the cogs are going.
Ew.
So we can make this up. Maybe you just want to do a corner. Maybe you want to do the whole frame. Maybe you want to start in sort of different patches. The choice is yours, but you can go off and build that up as much or as little as you want to, and work your way in as far or out as far as you wish to on your frame.
Right, corners.
Yeah, you could put a corner in there if you wanted
Look,
to. So you could easily do that. You could, of course, just go for a little corner if you want, or you could maybe do those corners in opposites and then these styles of corners in the others.
And you could
You
put
know.
this diamond shape, so
Yeah.
you've got layer upon layer upon.
If you want to, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, play. So that's all we would do, is we
Right.
would just carry on and go all the way around that frame for this demo, but you don't want to watch me do loads of them, so we'll kick them off to one side. We'll bring this one in that's already been done.
Oh, that's so cool.
Well, it looks like you've bought a frame die, but you haven't. You've used the most inexpensive die from the collection to turn it into one of the largest frames.
But,
That's just one size, one option.
but, and I mean this, you have chosen where to go and what size you want,
Yeah.
and how to put them together with the actual bundle and the set that we've had on the show. I love the fact that someone's not telling me where that's all going.
No, you pick, you do.
I love that.
You go off on however you wish to. So for our next part, we've brought in the hammer, and this is of course for the tool set. And I've cut the top off of the hammer, so I've just got the base of it, and I've done one in silver. And we're just going to use the glue to add on that handle. There is also debossed elements on the handle. You might probably see them better on the silver than you will on the black. But if you wanted to, you could then go in and put a couple of little ridges into those and decorate that as well if you wish.
So what you've done is actually you've got the DIY essentials and you've just covered these bits. So die cut twice.
Die cut twice, once in black, once in silver.
But then you've got two, haven't you?
Yep.
You see you've got an alternate.
Yep, and then just layer them. So
Absolutely.
paper piece them together in a sense. And then we're going to lay our hammer over the top of the spanner. And then just to finish this card off, we've got a very little best wishes that we're going to bring in and sort of put across there. And that's it.
Wow. Do you know what? Looking, is this? Have you used that glue on this?
The glue? Yeah. We
Can
use
I
the glue.
show you something? Right, the glue. Shop glue, get it now. Right, I know there's bits there, but you can't see them. Normally, we'd get really shiny glue and you can't see any mistakes there. I know there's a couple, and there is. Right, that glue's amazing. Right, when you die cut and you stick things down.
Can you see the confused face?
No dry. If you get a little bit of glue, it dries clear on some of them. It doesn't. You can still
Also,
see it, can't you?
you can.
You can't with this.
Yeah.
She's like looking at me going, oh,
It took me a minute, but I got it. I was like, okay,
Sorry.
I don't. No, don't apologise. No, not at all. No, it was me.
Look,
Also on
you
mirror
can't
card.
see it.
Also on mirror card, if you get it on mirror card, glue coming off of mirror card can be a right pain, can't it?
Exactly.
Just take a wet wipe or a dry cloth and it wipes off. So even if you get it on the front of your mirror card, don't panic. It's not the end of the world.
Come in close, seriously. This glue, shop glue. Look, I know there's some on the black. I am not going to fib with you. Normally that would be like a sore finger.
Where can you see it? Let's show them where you
Just
can.
there.
Ah, there, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, Lou's perfectly right.
Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
Now that's ticked.
And this is
I've
on
never
black
seen
card.
this. I've never seen any glue that does that.
Usually you see it really glossy.
And as a
don't you?
craft art, I would
Yeah.
see that first,
Yeah,
and you
do.
would.
Yeah, you do.
So glue.
You've got 3 minutes.
No!
You do the sticky sheet thing.
Oh, of course I can.
Please,
Yeah, of course
right.
I can. Give me a sec.
And
You do it in 3 minutes.
of
Yeah,
course he
if I can
will. Of
find
course he
all the
will.
bits.
Right.
I don't know if I put
It's
the glitter.
shop self, and here it is, $4.99. So shop self, $4.99. It's using a mixture of glues. Now I would really highly recommend the glues, and these are in onyx. Let me get the right names: black onyx, heliodor gold, rose quartz, and argentine. So the shop glitter, and that gets you all of them for $17.99. So let me just look at these. All the time I'm speaking to Jamie, right, what I love about crafters is we're stood there with glitter all over us,
Absolutely covered, aren't we?
and he's blinking at me and blinking glitter, and I love it. I breathe. I think if we were cut open, we'd probably bleed
Oh.
glitter and glue, wouldn't we?
Absolutely.
Right. Are you ready, Jamie?
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm just adding a bit more to my mix because I seem to have knocked some out. So that's fine, it's not a problem. But I've taken the self-adhesive sheet, I've put it over some black card, just so we've got that area to it. And then all we would do is take our mix, we'll do it this way. We haven't got long, so we can tidy up afterwards.
We've got just 2 minutes now.
Brilliant.
Oh, no
So we
problem.
would take that and we would spread that across here, and then we can die cut out of this. And I think if you bring that card there, Lou, thank you.
You
Just
know-
the one on the top, that's one Lynn's done by doing exactly what we're doing here and then die cut out of it.
Do you know?
So can you see in
Oh,
her
hang on.
mix? In her mix, she's gone for the black, which is the black onyx, and the rose quartz, and she's mixed those two together, done exactly what we just did, and then die cut all of the elements out of it.
Oh my goodness me, look at that.
So nothing is wasted. Every mix you create, if you don't want to, put them back in the bowl. But if you don't want to, don't bother.
Well,
Make a
that's shop glitter, $17.99, gets you all those wonderful colours, and they do really work together. But they work for everything and every occasion. That's wonderful. Look at us all over.
Oh, covered.
Do you know what? I'll be finding it in
But
Bath
it's
for
good because
ages.
it shows you how fine it is as a glitter. If we take it and spread it like so, you can see just how delicate that is. Each particle is minute.
I just like the sound. I like the sound. It's like that ASMR, isn't it? I'd be doing that with my tongue out so you
Do
can't.
you like them sort of videos? I can't watch them.
Oh, I love it. But look, because you're getting like a mat and where it's really stuck down, it's got like a flat feel. Have I got it right? Can you see it? Not flat as in dull. I don't mean that. It's
Flat as in smooth.
smooth.
Yeah.
It is. It's great, isn't it?
Burnished it.
So
sweet.
if you really, we haven't got time. We've only got a minute left. If you really, yes, get on. I look like I've been to a disco. A disco.
I like this.
Nobody knows what a disco is anymore. So, what would you like us to remind you of? I'll remind you of the whole thing. So, it's shop set for the whole collection with the dies and all of those cogs go up here, if you don't mind. Oh, come in with me, Jamie. Right? So, we shop with them. That's it's shop set. I'll get you the bundle. So I'm going to have to say goodbye because it's now 2 seconds to go. Jamie, thank you so much. Would you?
Thank you. I'm back tomorrow, 10 till 12. We've got 2 hours. We'll
Not
have a
with
little
me.
look at this maybe. I don't know if we've got enough. And we'll look at the Cuddly Clan collection we launched this morning. 2
Right.
hours with Mel.
Oh, can't wait. So take care. Thanks, everybody. Bye.